Guys, it's Emily from Hopscotch Interactive, and I am going to talk to you guys today about something that is very interesting in the world of virtual real estate, which, as you all know, I am very much interested in virtual reality, augmented reality, and real estate. My real estate marketing agency does a number of different things to bring our clients more into the immersive worlds. And so I want to talk today, however, about something very interesting, which is that today is the mint day, means the minting of NFTs of brand new real estate in a virtual world called MetaMansions. And so first of all, I just want to share with you guys a little bit more about what virtual real estate is, how you can use it, what it's good for, what it could be useful for in the future. And then we're going to talk a little bit about MetaMansions, because actually, just as I am speaking right now, they are still in the process of minting a huge number of NFTs that will be properties in the MetaMansions world. So let's kick it off. And for those of you who don't know much about me, I'm Emily Ullman. I'm the Hopscotch Interactive CEO, chief photographer. I run a real estate marketing agency in the San Francisco Bay Area. I have been involved in the VR, XR, augmented reality space since 2015, and have done things like run the VR AR Association San Francisco chapter, run dozens of meetups about VR and AR, and I'm also on the advisory council for Augmented World Expo. I'm going to be working on a new conference this summer that I'll share about very soon, and I started doing YouTube about a year ago. And so if you like this channel, if you like what I'm talking about, please hit the like button, subscribe, and I'd love to hear from you. So this is actually interesting to me because I get asked about virtual real estate all the time by my clients. And basically, they're like, hey, Emily, can you talk about this? And yes, I can talk about it. And I can talk about it also sort of in a really long, boring, analytical, and, philosophical way. Or I can just sort of take you through the basics, which is what I'm going to do now. And just to summarize it then, so you can tell your friends that you've learned about virtual real estate. It really is what it claims to be. It exists only virtually, but it can also be an extension of the real world, which means, in one of these worlds, you could, for example, go into a virtual McDonald's. You could go into a virtual Adidas store. It's possible for a brand to start online and then to be brought into the real world, or vice versa. And also, it's important to know that this is a form of e-commerce or v-commerce, virtual commerce. So the selling of goods, the selling of something such as land in a virtual world or game. And if you're going to do that, then you're going to need some cryptocurrency or some digital currency in order to participate. That starts with owning a wallet such as MetaMask or Coinbase or something like that, because you're going to need to fill that wallet with Ethereum or with Bitcoin or another currency, really to get started. And the thing I want to emphasize here is that this is not new. We have been trading currency digitally for a very long time. In fact, if you have an E-Trade account, like I have an E-Trade account, and I really tell people, like, other than the setting up of a wallet and watching out for scams, which is kind of a big deal, but this is not new, and you actually already understand how to do transactions digitally if you have been online for any significant amount of time. And I think if you're not familiar with it, this is a great time to get into it. So let's talk about some examples. Worlds that you could inhabit, meaning you could visit them eventually if they're not already in the browser or in a VR headset, because they're running on a game engine. Then it would be something like Second Life or Decentraland. The Sandbox is a new one, was invested in heavily. And then also MetaMansions by the Keys token. And that is the one that is minting their NFTs today, March 18th, 2022. And we're going to jump into it. So But just a little bit deeper dive on that. Like I said before, you need a wallet if you're going to get involved. In part of my research, I did invest in a few keys in MetaMansions just to see how that transaction went. And it was really quick. I got verified on their Discord, which is a social media / chat community app that is used primarily by folks who are in the NFT and crypto space, and has been preferred by sort of technologists for a while now, as opposed to maybe using WhatsApp or using Facebook Messenger. So, and again, the digital currency differs by property, by land, by world. And I will refrain from using the word metaverse because, in the words of Tony Parisi and the seven rules of the metaverse, is that there is one metaverse, and and there's some counterpoint to that, of course, with Avi Barziv and his several metaverses. But I think the point is that all of these are still very much games and still very much an experience that is contained within a web address, a URL, a location on the internet. So Mana, keys, sand, Linden dollars, these are all something that you can buy either on a wallet or, for example, Linden dollars at the Lindex, it's an exchange. And also, one of the differentiating factors is that these are Ethereum and blockchain based, except for Second Life, meaning that things that you are purchasing or the NFTs that you are creating are going to end up on the blockchain. Okay, so again, I said I wasn't going to bore you, but I think you might want to know that. And also, like, I didn't mention Roblox, but I'm going to throw it in here anyway. They went up to a high after IPOing of $141 last year, and they're now at about 40 some dollars. I think this is from yesterday. So things are changing rapidly, and the valuations go up, the valuations go down. But had I invested in Decentraland when I got the white paper, I'm not kidding, like in 2017, I would have been shocked to find out that now their valuation is $4.5 billion. So it's a real thing, and there is real money coming in. But the future utility of it depends on, like any other marketplace and any other network, is, are there other people there? Are people using it? So eventually, so let's go back to MetaMansions, which this is a screenshot from their light paper. Public sale is going to happen tomorrow, March 19th. A large percentage of the NFTs have gone to founders and investors, as they should. And one of the ways that they have gotten a ton of buzz around this is that they've really run it like, I don't want to say like Vegas stakes, because it doesn't feel totally like that, but there is definitely a lot of hype around this giveaway of 888 Ether, which they've been promoting on social media, like on Instagram and on the Discord, and it's all like hype, 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 because one of the owners of these mansions, of the NFTs, I think about 19 hours or something after the public mint closes, if they need it, then they will randomly select a winner of 800 Ether to the owner of the mansion. So, and then they're going to give 11 other people, or 11 other owners, 8 Ether. So that's big money, with, I think, the price of Ethereum right now, like, let's see, like $2,900 times 800 is 2.3 million. So there's a lot of money. It's definitely up there with like the golden ticket Willy Wonka thing. And I just think it's really interesting. So let's see here. These are luxury. These are very different from other types of visuals that you will find for virtual real estate so far. I think it differs from Decentraland. It differs from perhaps other game experiences. However, the one thing that I was interested about when I saw this was that, okay, look, they're using real architects and they're playing with fantasy, they're playing with luxury, and they're using Unreal Engine, right? So because they're using Unreal Engine, it's a little bit like watching the cinematic sequence in an old Final Fantasy game. It's like it looks amazing and incredible. And, back in the day, you would think, great, like this is so beautiful. I can't wait to play this game. And that's part of the pitch is that, the cinematic sequences, the buzz reels, and all of that, whether gameplay will look like that, whether we'll have the networks that we need, and whether the WebXR and Web3, that is the big promise, will be able to deliver the high-end graphics and this luxury experience in their world like they're promising. I hope so. I really hope so for everybody. But certainly, don't be believing everything you see. Okay, well, let's put a pin in that. So mint process, like I said, today they are minting. They've just closed the mint. They probably think they minted. I was on OpenSea before I did this video, and it looked like OpenSea had 4,333 NFTs that were minted. And if the total is 8,888, they were just about 50%. And so for the next 2 hours, we'll see what happens, and I'll check in later and see what's going on. But one thing that I thought was super interesting about all of this when I was exploring it was that I got on the Discord, and this is one thing I want to point out to you guys. So check out this thing here, keys holders, which is 5,000. And check out this. This is, okay, so members on the Discord, 100,000. So I thought what was really interesting about this was that the guys had basically gotten so much interest, but had they really converted that many people, if you think about all the people who got that message across social media to purchase the keys tokens. Now, like I said before, I did purchase some. I have a very small amount, but I thought, hey, like let's see how this whole thing goes. It'll help me understand it. It'll help me understand if I wanted to try for Whitelist, which I decided not to do. But I feel like, 5% of the people that are seeing this are taking that step and are becoming keys holders. Now, are they minting? I really don't know, but there's only 4,000 that have minted today. And so we'll just have to see and watch on OpenSea what happens on that marketplace later. People are already selling them and setting their floors like at various numbers and various levels. But I think that that's interesting. And the other thing that I wanted to point out is that if you look at the bots banned, okay, that was a really big deal because, let me go back to it, because the number of bots was high, and I got DM'd by bots until I closed my DMs. So just like with anything crypto, just be prepared for that. So the team is, like I said, Graham Butler is the company of Nima Ghassemi, the CEO. Really glad to see, when I checked out the various founders, that it really seemed like they were very much about luxury lifestyle and real estate, and that seemed authentic. And so if they're able to do this with virtual real estate, I support them. I think that this is awesome, and I hope that it works for them, especially since so many have minted and it seems like it's on track to sell out. There's a lot coming, and I think that's really exciting. So let's go back to the beginning. Let's see if I can get us back here in that way that Prezi is just so crazy sometimes, and wrap this up. So the takeaway is that virtual real estate is exciting, it is interesting, it is fun, it's a gamble, like anything. And, what I would recommend is that everybody gets on the Discord, follows for the MetaMansions or any of these other projects, because there's a lot to learn. I'm certainly learning, and you can always learn a new skill. And maybe, just maybe, what you buy will be the golden ticket, and we'll see about that soon. So remember to like and subscribe. Thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, and best of luck with your virtual real estate. Talk soon.